possible to praise God in the flesh. Why? Because if we could worship God in the flesh, He would have never desired to share with us. Verses 23 and 24.
All right.
If it were possible to worship in the flesh. But since it's not possible, He went the extra mile to decree to you that you have to worship Him in spirit and in truth.
Come on here.
Notice here that God uses the word must. He says, those that worship me must. Y'all following me? Worship me in spirit and truth.
Have your way, Lord.
Which means you have to do it this way. Which means if you're going to praise and worship me, you have to do it this way. This brings about the word exception. Under these particular verses, there are no exceptions to the flesh when it comes to worship. Flesh doesn't have priority in praise. You cannot worship in the flesh. I'm sorry for those of you who thought you could, but I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But you cannot praise God in your flesh. Why do you think so many people can come in here, lift their hands, sing, shout, and dance, leave here, and time they hit the streets, they calling somebody everything but a child of God because they were moved in the flesh and not the spirit? Or why do you think you can see people come to church, praise and worship, and later on when you're passing Mondays at Blackwater to go home, you see those same folk who are dancing, shouting, and singing in church this morning. You happen to see them outside of Mondays because you're not talking to me, because they were worshiping in the flesh.
Go ahead on. That's the truth. All right. Faith, truth.
The Bible declares in John 3 and 6, flesh gives birth to flesh, but the spirit gives birth to spirit.
Come on here.
Which means if you kick in through the spirit, you release through the spirit. But because you came in here operating in the flesh, the end result will be the work of the flesh. If I came in here praising and I wasn't in the spirit, I can't release anything from my spirit. So if I'm not operating in the spirit, I must be operating in the flesh.
That's all right.
You must understand that the flesh functions as a limiting agent, and thus the spirit is limitless, which means there are no limits or restrictions in the spirit, but the flesh will put limits on your praise.